Did you know that an aircraft can fly up to 70 miles with no engine assistance at all? Crazy, isn't it? In today's video, we'll speak about the top 10 unique airplane facts you probably didn't know about. Number 10. Airplanes can get struck by lightning. Planes can get struck by lightning. Shocking, isn't it? Looking at what the airplane body's made of, we shouldn't be amazed. It's an estimate that each aircraft might get hit by lightning every once in a year. Fortunately, there's no incidents where planes crash because of lightning strikes. Since the 1960s, engineers solved the issue of the lightning striking the plane, having the electric charges run through the plane and out of it, without any damages. Number 9. No safest seat. The common idea that's believed by many is that backseaters have the safest seats in case of any crash. The FFA stated that there is no particular seat on the plane that might be safe to save you from a crash. However, a study's shown that middle and back seaters tend to survive crashes and have lower fatality rates. But the Tenerife crash defies that, as the 61 souls that survived the Tenerife were front seaters. This shows that you can't really know what's the safest seat option, as there's many variables, and it's quite impossible to know where to sit in order to survive. Number 8. White trails of water? A lot of times when looking at planes flying, we see that some of them create like a white trail after them. Well, that's simply condensation, or a more technical name would be contrails. It happens when the hot water vapor's pumped out of the plane and hits the cooler atmosphere air, creating the white trail, just like when we breathe outside on a cooler day. Make sense? Number 7. Tires do not pop. A lot of times, some of us might be wondering how a huge plane with a massive weight has tiny tires. Well, those tires are capable to withstand up to 38 tons and hit the ground with a speed of 170 miles per hour. The plane tires are inflated up to 200, which is roughly 6 times the pressure of the car tire. However, if a plane needs new tires, the crew will replace them just like how you replace car tires, by simply jacking it up. Number 6. Airplane food tastes better on ground? Airplane food's been criticized a lot over the years, but we should blame the plane environment instead of the food. A study in 2015 showed that the food on planes actually tastes better on ground, as the plane environment alters the taste of the food. The sweet might taste less sweet, and salty might taste bland. The low air pressure makes the smell and taste of the food dull, so we recommend on your next flight to skip the meal and maybe drink a juice instead. Number 5. Secret bedrooms for the crew? When it's a long flight, some crew work up to 18 hours. For them to work efficiently, it only makes sense that they rest enough. Planes like the Boeing 777 and 787 Dreamliners created tiny bedrooms for the crew to sleep in order to reduce fatigue. Those bedrooms can get access through a small and hidden staircase, which will take them to the bedrooms. The bedrooms have low ceilings and around 6 to 10 beds. They even have bathrooms and sometimes in-flight entertainment. Number 4. Dimming lights when landing? Dimming lights when landing is a safety procedure taken by all airlines. Airlines take into consideration that if something went wrong while landing, passengers will be ready for evacuation, as their eyes will already be adjusted to the darkness of the night. Flight attendants ask passengers to raise their shades to look outside in an emergency, and watch what side of the plane is safer for evacuation. Number 3. You don't need 2 engines? All planes can fly with 1 engine. Crazy, isn't it? The idea of engine failing midair is scary, but all commercial planes can actually fly with just 1 engine. For example, the Boeing Dreamliner can fly 330 minutes, which is 5.5 hours with just 1 engine. In case of engine failing, planes can fly for around 70 miles with no engine. Number 2. Oxygen masks work for only 15 minutes? When flight attendants explain the instructions of the oxygen mask before the flight, they don't really mention the amount of time it can last for. Looking at the time, 15 minutes might sound like a very less time. However, when the pressure in the plane drops, the pilot will move the plane to an altitude below 10,000 feet, where passengers can breathe normally. That changing of altitudes takes fewer than 15 minutes, which means the oxygen mask lasting for 15 minutes is more than enough. Number 1. Tiny hole in the window? The windows of an airplane is made of 3 layers. The tiny hole, which is called the bleed hole, is there to regulate the pressure so that the middle glass remains intact until it's called into duty. This is the end of today's video. Which of these facts blew your mind? Share with us in the comments section below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn the post notifications on to receive the latest from us. See you in the next one.